Welcome. This is the day that we respond to requests from the community, even um, unintended request, vague request. I think people that express themselves um, are always making requests, always have some needs that they need, that they have, that they want fulfilled. And we, of course, would prefer to be understood. We prefer the connection. And when people's reaction is not what we were hoping, it's good just to not move out of their vision, but just kind of move a little bit to the side so that those things don't land on us. This is what I do when things come at me like this. When people are screaming their needs. This is an example, a visual of when people are screaming their needs, right? You know that feeling? And this is what I do. Yeah, I can listen better. Like, okay. Oh, so when people scream their needs, by saying uh, it lands at, vapid or patronizing or judgmental. I'm really guessing that, like me, they need to be understood. They need connection, maybe validation for who they are, what their experience is in the world. And yeah, okay, let me switch it up. If I think that somebody is smoking weed, I think that, I really wish they'd be more aware. I really wish that they would pay attention more to, like, maybe what the other half of the country is feeling and needing. Empathizing, being able to see outside of my own world. And I think that's actually a really beautiful need. I have that as well. And I'm smiling because it's just so human and so endearing and so very much like me. Without the need to love anybody else, without the need to hang out with them necessarily. Just to understand that, like me, people need understanding. People love that when we can connect with what's important to them, we can be aware of them, aware that they exist. I think that's a really big one. Validation. I think somebody guessed approval or admiration. And, it does feel good to have that, and to put it in a more universal way, something that I am great for. If I validate that my feelings make sense, my needs make sense. Because with approval and admiration, it's kind of like buying into their stories about the way I am or the way the world is. That's not the kind of connection I want. More just validating their experience is important. That's my goal when this happens. It's not if. If you show up in the world as you are, we're not necessarily going to generate love in every single person we would like to. Not everybody's going to get us. So, as we want this for everyone in our beloved community, 8 billion people, is that how many are in the world right now? That's who I'm talking about when I'm talking about our beloved community, our species. I wish that for ourselves, understanding, connection, validation. maybe even confidence. Confidence in showing up as we are. How does that feel in your body when you can show up like that? Can you feel it for yourself? It's not necessarily that my guesses are correct, right? They're just guesses as I feel into my own body, as I feel into what curiosity is like. When I'm triggered, it's harder. When I have these, right, this tension in my body, it's harder to open up to curiosity. And if it's harder for me, it's probably harder for others as well. So this seems really important. So thank you I love the topic today. I hope you do too. I love the vague request from the greater YouTube community. And I'm just really touched. When people listen, when people choose to engage, and may all beings benefit from that willingness to step out of the way when people have some ideas of who we are, and let that guide us to what's important to all beings, and trying to get along in this lot of people on a little earth. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.